Before diving into today's Cowboys update, show your support for the team by liking this video, especially if you're ready to see them take down the Raiders in what could easily turn into a must-win matchup. The more likes, the better the Cowboys' odds. At least that's how it feels. This week, the Cowboys hit the road to face the Las Vegas Raiders in Week 11, once again under the bright lights of Monday Night Football. Dallas enters the game as the favorite, though betting lines vary depending on where you look. The spread has hovered around 4.5 points, with a total near 50.5, shifting slightly throughout the week. Generally, though, the Cowboys remain about 3.5 points favorites away from home, a notable detail for a team that's dropped back-to-back games and sits at 3-5-1. The offense has cooled off lately, but overall, the Cowboys still hold the fourth highest scoring offense in the league, going up against one of the worst two scoring units in football. Honestly, if the Dallas defense can't find its rhythm in this matchup, it might never fully click this season. This game feels like the defining test for whether the defense can truly bounce back. Before the team's first official injury report this week, there are a few names worth monitoring. Dearbian Overstone and Savone Revel have returned to the active roster, while there's still no update on Perrion Winfrey. He may be at least a week away from returning, but his progress will be tracked closely. Newly acquired linebacker Logan Wilson had been dealing with a calf issue while with the Bengals, though it's unclear how serious that was or whether the additional rest has helped him recover. Defensive tackle Selma Thomas exited the Cardinals game with a calf problem. Nothing new has been reported there yet. Elijah Clark continues working back from a rib injury. His status remains uncertain. The Cowboys have hinted that Donovan Wilson should be ready to return, while Ajani Cornelius will likely continue appearing on the injury list as he manages ongoing knee troubles. As for the Raiders, their first injury report, expected Thursday, should clarify several situations. Quarterback Geno Smith, yes, now with Las Vegas, suffered a quad injury against Denver in last week's Thursday Night Football matchup and was visibly limping throughout the game. It remains to be seen whether he'll be a full participant. Rookie Aiden O'Connell, who's been on injured reserve with a wrist issue, could be activated soon, and it wouldn't surprise me if the team gives him some playing time before long. Guard Dylan Parham is expected to miss time with an ankle injury, while backup safety Tristan McCollum remains in concussion protocol. Now, for the record, despite what producer Aid might argue, the must-win label wasn't officially used last week against the Cardinals. Here's how that system works. You only get one must-win card per season. If you play it and your team pulls off the victory, you earn the right to use it again, just like in the postseason. You can play the must-win card as often as you like, but once you use it and your team loses, it's done. The phrase loses its weight if you keep throwing it out there hoping it'll work every time. Right now, the Cowboys stand at 3-5-1, and the schedule ahead isn't doing them any favors. If they want to keep their playoff dreams alive, they've got to start stacking wins immediately. Falling to 3-6-1 would make climbing back nearly impossible, and even running the table from there might not secure a postseason berth. So, is this matchup a must-win for Dallas? I'd say absolutely yes. Drop your take in the comments of today's video. Type Y for yes, N for no. Key to victory number 1. Get the offense going again. Over the last 2 weeks, the offense has completely sputtered. It's harsh, but the truth is that this Cowboys team can't afford to score just 10 points and expect to pull out a win, especially not against a playoff-caliber opponent like Green Bay. That's just not the formula right now. Statistically, Dallas still ranks inside the top 10 in most major offensive categories, points per game and total yardage being the most notable. They sit third in passing yards per game, 13th in rushing yards, and 7th in expected points added per play. They're not always sharp on a play-to-play basis, with a success rate about 10th in the league, but overall they remain a top 5 unit in scoring. On the other hand, the Raiders' offense has struggled across the board. They're below average in several key metrics, sitting around 15th in total yardage, and oddly enough, dead even at 0.0 EPA per play, which is rare to see. Their success rate is about league average, but the overall inconsistency is clear. It's also worth noting that when you see big gaps between stats like success rate, yardage, and passing efficiency, it often means the offense is putting too much pressure on its defense. And that's exactly what's happening in Las Vegas right now, and it's a big reason the team has had trouble staying competitive. So, who are you rolling with this week? Drop a C for Cowboys or an R for Raiders in the comments. Key to victory number 2. Don't let Geno Smith